So the Artemis 2 is coming back to Earth today and is getting ready to do the big splashdown. Now, whether you believe in space or whatever the case, that's not the point of this video, but just hear me out. When I was in jail a couple years ago, about a year and a half ago, I had this dream where I was a fisherman, right? And there was another company that was with us, and they were fishing for like lobsters and crabs and stuff like that. And they had all these extra lobsters, and they were like, "Yeah, I want some, grab them." And so I'm throwing these lobsters in my bag or whatever, and I find this pod or egg-looking thing. It was mechanical though, and so I put it in my bag and I took it home. And when I took it home, I put it in the backyard, and it grew to the size of like a UFO or a spaceship or whatever, but about the size of the little pod or whatever you call it at the end. It grew to about that size. But I was able to get into it, you feel me? And I don't know how I knew, you know how dreams go sometimes, but I just knew that the shit was powered by thought. And I know that's not how our technology is, you feel me? But in the dream, it was powered by thought. And so I was like, all right, let's go off into space. And that's what I did. I went off into space, and I went deep in space. And what did we just do? You feel me? We just broke a record, you feel me, for the furthest distance that humans had ever gone into space. And that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, nobody's ever been out here this far. Because even in the dream, I remember going by the moon and all of that. I also remember some futuristic, like, holographic book or whatever, you feel me, that had all this, I want to say fallen angel, really, fallen angel information and history of how they've been in the past and how they come to people and all of that. But I got scared. I was like, all right, I want to go back. And so I went back in an instant. But then I ended up at the bottom of the ocean. And of course, that was just as terrifying as being out in the deep darkness of space. So I remember praying, God help me, and I shot right back up to the top. So I'm not saying that something is going to go wrong. I hope it doesn't. But just in case it does, I wanted to go ahead and put this video out there about this dream that I had, which is very similar to what's going on right now. Because I don't know what it is about the dreams you have when you're in jail or in prison, because I see there's a common thread that you have intense dreams and intense visions when you're in jail or in prison or whatever. So like I said, I hope nothing goes wrong, but I feel like something might. But then still, by some miracle, they will be recovered. Cause like I said, I went deep into the ocean, and I was brought back up. But if everything doesn't go perfectly, then I kind of know that the dream that I had a year and a half ago in jail was prophetic in nature. And I don't understand completely what it means, but the dream was too, in a sense, random, but intense also. But so far, the dream I had and what's happening now with this mission, this Artemis 2 thing, fits exactly. I went off into space, the furthest people have ever been, because I remember thinking that. That's exactly what we just did. Came back to Earth, like they're going to do, splash down into the ocean. But hopefully everything goes okay. But there's a possibility that everything might not go okay, but then by some miracle, they'll be saved from the bottom of the ocean. And it might not be exactly the very bottom, you feel me, like just the floor of the ocean. But if everything doesn't go perfectly, they might sink, you feel me, deeper than what they were supposed to. And so if this dream was a vision from the Lord, I just want to go ahead and put it out there, you feel me? Because it's crazy, because today, April 10th, is already, for me, I was looking at it as a high watch hour, you feel me? Specifically today. And it's a coincidence that they're coming back today, and everything that they just did with this mission matches the dream I had. But we'll see.